Okay guys, we have a pretty exclusive final look at the Ghibli before it ends its production. This is a Ghibli Trofeo. Under the hood, we have a Ferrari V8, twin turbocharged V8 under the hood, 3.8 liters, 580 horsepower out of this Ghibli Trofeo. I mean, check this thing out. We have these really nice quad tip black exhausts, rear wheel drive, this nice carbon diffuser you can see down here, really cool. But it's a really tame looking vehicle from the outside. You would never really know. This has a 580 horsepower Ferrari V8 under the hood. Really like these wheels on here. We're running Pirelli P0 rubber, red calipers, this really beautiful metallic black paint. You can see it speckling in the sun right there. And you can kind of know it's a Trofeo with these two red lines. That indicates the Trofeo model. I really love this Italian flag right here. And you can also obviously see the Trofeo badge right here, splattered right on the side in this red accent with these red vents right here, which are really, really beautiful. You do have hood vents as well. But other than that, you never really know. This has a massive, crazy engine under the hood. Let's take a look at that really quickly right now before we go into the car and start it up. And you can see a little more aggressive stuff going on down here. You have a little bit of carbon fiber accents, but it's nothing too crazy. I want to show you guys the real party piece of this thing, which is the engine, because I think that's what everyone wants to see in the Ghibli Trofeo. Now, like I said, under the hood, Ferrari, and this is directly from Ferrari V8, 3.8 liter twin turbocharged V8. Look at that beast, and it sounds nuts. I'll let you guys hear it in a second. 580 horsepower to the rear wheels. It has beautiful carbon fiber cover on top. The Maserati logo. You can see the Ferrari red intakes. And this thing's just beautiful, and it sounds nuts as well. Again, all that power is going to the rear wheels through an 8-speed ZF gearbox. This right here is the party piece, I think, of the car, though. Close that up. But yeah, there's nothing really too much to talk about with the Ghibli, as it is kind of ending its life cycle, I think, permanently within the next year or two. We could take you guys on a quick tour of the interior really quick to show you guys a little bit of the unique features on this Trofeo. Also, just want to highlight out the carbon splitter right here. Kind of nice. But it's really, really kind of subdued outside. Inside, we do get carbon fiber trim, which is really, really premium feeling. We have this really nice premium leather, the red stitching, leather stitched door panels. We also have these really nice seats, really well bolstered. The Trofeo logo embossed into the headliner, which is, the headrest. But headliner wise, we do have this kind of micro suede material, which feels fantastic. Traditional Maserati steering wheel, nothing too fancy here even. Though you do have these beautiful paddle shifters that all the Ghiblis are able to get. Really love their side sill aluminum kick plate, and we do love the pedals with the Maserati emblem on there, which is really nice. Before you can see Maserati splattered right here as well. And again, the center console is fully covered in carbon fiber. Really, really nice touch. Out back, we do got the same things. Also note the frameless doors or the windows of the Ghibli as well, which is really nice. Seat room and legroom in the back of the Ghiblis has never been a strong point. I may be sitting a little way too far back right now, but it's a little tight back here. Even on the passenger side, it's a little tight, but it is still a beautiful place to be. I love this leather pull tab for the center armrest, 2 cup holders. Yeah, a little dark and cramped back here. Maserati logo embossed onto the headliner again. You get a better look at that cabin, which is really going to be where you're going to be wanting to spending most of your time in the Trofeo, because this thing makes a crazy noise, and it also loves to get loose on the rear end as well. Because let me tell you something, that 580 horsepower is really going to all the rear wheels. Now you also have a trunk that does not power it, unfortunately. Decent amount of space back here, nothing too crazy. And it isn't power, so you're gonna have to close that up manually. Sorry for the wing, guys, but let's hop inside and drive the Ghibli Trofeo, because that is the real highlight here. Okay guys, I think it's time to drive the Ghibli Trofeo. Pop into drive with an 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox. The paddle shifters, they actually work really well. We also have a sport, Corsa mode, advanced efficiency and normal mode, and a bumpy and soft suspension setting. So I like to keep it in the soft suspension. Actually, I find it works really well. Sport mode is where you're gonna get the louder exhaust, obviously. So I think I'll keep that open for you guys. And yeah, let's head off. Grips for traction there. Yeah, this thing, it's always searching for traction. Now, it's a twin turbocharged 3.8 liter V8, so it's putting all that power to the rear wheels as well, and it has a lot of torque, real low end down, and it likes to put that power to the tarmac as hard as it possibly can. And there is a tunnel coming out, a little bit of a bridge overpass coming up, and let me tell you something, this thing sounds freaking nuts. Of course, you have manual mode. You're in a Maserati, of course. And you can hear in the sport mode, you also get a little bit more aggressive downshifts as well. Wait for this poor person to pass because I don't want to scare them. Yeah, it's nuts. It is a nuts car. Makes wonderful cracks and pops and all these cool noises. It thought it was gonna break there because it saw the shadow. That goes to show you how great these systems really are. Yeah, I've kind of fallen in love with this car a little bit. Oh, that V8 just sounds incredible. And it's sad that Maserati is going away from their V8s. They are moving to their Nettuno twin turbo V6. Of course, these V8s were coming from Ferrari anyways, so I think that contract has ended with them. But Ferrari still has some influence in some of the other projects. Yeah, this thing has no shortage of power. And it's really one of these kind of older style sedans where it's really, listen to those downshifts. Oh, it's awesome. It's kind of understated, I think, this car. It doesn't look like it has this much power outside. And when you push on it, it goes. Like this is a scary car sometimes. You gotta be careful driving this. Like it wants to get loose. It wants to break those rear tires loose. And it's actually quite fun. But of course you gotta be, that's within parameters. You gotta be safe and careful with that. I think that's the point of these Maseratis. There always were big engine cars, big engine first cars. The Gran Turismo had that wonderful naturally aspirated V8 that sounded incredible, and I think that's the point of these Trofeo models. You can get the Trofeo in the Ghibli and the Levante, and those are the only ones that you can have the V8 in. The Trofeo Grecale and the upcoming Gran Turismo, those all will have the Nettuno V6. So you have your choice. Of course, the Quattroporte has the V8 as well. You have your choices of where you can have this V8 right now, but that is going away really, really soon, and it is really wonderful to experience. I don't really find it important to even talk about the rest of the Ghibli because we've known it. We've known it for years now. It's finally got an okay-ish interior if you really care about that still, but it's a fine space, and you're really paying for this engine under the hood. And thankfully, these ones are holding their value way better than the regular ones. And they should, because that engine is fantastic under the hood. I guess while we're in here for a hot second, you can see suspension settings, put in sport, in comfort, sport, Corsa. I believe to access Corsa, you got to hold it down. Yep. Or not. I'm not sure. I think Corsa needs to have traction control off, which we're not gonna do that. Traction control is staying on in this car. It's a little terrifying, but yeah, it's a nice place. You got a leather stitched dash, a carbon fiber outlined clock right here. I think it's really nice with a little stitched leather hood on the top. Put the rear windows down for you guys a little bit. As you can see there, we just broke traction a little bit. All that torque, low down. And the paddles actually work quite well for what they are, I have to say. It may be a automatic gearbox, but it is a fantastic gearbox for what it is. The ZF gearboxes have been really, really impressive, especially in the Maserati Alfa Romeo products. We see them in the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and I think they work wonders there. Really cool pops and burbles on the upshifts as well. So I think they've tuned it out properly. And hey, I think at the end of the day, this is a fantastic send-off for the Ghibli. Better than having some kind of hybrid or something. We have a Ferrari V under the hood. So, thank you guys for joining me on this quick video driving the Ghibli Trofeo. Stay tuned, as always, for more content coming soon on Allcarnews.